Last time you were here, I asked you about the team's mental fortitude after last season's experiences, and you said you wanted to wait a little bit before you formed your opinion. And I was curious if you'd formed an opinion.
But what? Sorry.
The team's mental fortitude, its ability to hold its concentration for 90 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Of course, the last two games we dropped 5 points. We could win both of the games. We're leading the score, and of course it's unacceptable to manage the game like that. If you want to end up at least at the top four and have the advantage on playoffs, you cannot lose this kind of games at home. So yeah, it wasn't really positive. We reflect on ourselves, and we discussed about that a lot with the manager, without the manager. To be honest, we had lack of players right now with all these injuries, and I think it's kind of a period that it's a weird situation, and we're a bit unlucky. We're missing many players that they were also key players in the team, but that's not an excuse. We should win the last two games no matter what, and for me, we have to start over again in Chicago. Start with a win again and get back to the positive path again on the league.
You said y'all have spoke about it without the manager. I know you don't want to go into the details of that, but can you give like a 30,000-foot overview of what you said to the team?
No, that stays in the dressing room, but it's also one simple thing I can tell you is like that we have to stay concentrated and we have to think like champions. Because you cannot drop this amount of points in your home when you're leading the score. That's impossible to make you champion at the end of the year if you cannot manage a game when you're leading the score at your home.
How's your knee? The bone bruise?
It was very weird. It was very tough and painful. But I'm back. I'm good. I'm healthy, and I'm happy that I'm still here. I'm again here with the team and able to help them.
How tough is it for you individually finding consistency? You had an international break playing for Greece, injury to the knee. How has it been for you just finding consistency and flow this year?
It's very, very hard. I've been through some thoughts lately with all the national team and the travel and everything, because whenever I'm having a good form here and then I travel with the national team, I'm coming back. With all this travel, I'm struggling to find myself again and my rhythm, and it's something that worries me a lot. But it is what it is. So I have to figure it out more how to manage this situation, or I have to make some decisions. We'll see.
You mentioned that some key players are out. It's true. It's been a big factor, I think, in the way the team has performed. But there's also a lot of new players regardless, that are starting, that are playing. Do you feel like the team is getting better in that sense, and just the chemistry, understanding each other? You mentioned playing like champions or thinking like champions, but is there still a sense of like new players coming in and getting used to the city, the club, and the philosophy?
I mean, if we're talking about me personally, I'm more than happy with all the new players we have. They perform very, very in the top level and with very high intensity. They give everything for the team, and their adjustment didn't last long. They didn't struggle too much. I think every single player pushed us a lot. Like his help is already massive, and I don't think it's about the new players. The thing is, we're doing great. We're doing great. That's about having the chemistry again, because when you add 4 players in the starting 11, you need some time again. But they adjusted very, very fast, and we're very happy. I think the old players should give a bit more effort and push and demand more from ourselves individually, because I think individually maybe we dropped some of our performance this year. And that's something that everyone in the team individually has to reflect on himself and figure out why and how that happened, so he can come back again and heal from that.
If the team in this situation, I know Thiago takes a lot of the penalties. Do you want a penalty? Do you want to get that sort of block out what happened with Greece and get back into the mode of being the goal scorer here in this league?
I'm a striker. I'm hungry and thirsty for the goal, so any way would be acceptable, any way would be welcome. But at the same time, you have to respect the players that they were already here before you, and that's all.
2 answers ago, you said you might have to make some decisions. Would that include not playing for the national team anymore, or what were you referring to?
Yeah, it has to do with the national team, but I don't know what's going to happen. It's really painful for me. I'm struggling. I'm not, even when I'm there, I'm not myself. I cannot help the team as I could, and I'm not talking about the penalty or a specific moment. I'm talking about the total performance, complete performance. And I know myself. I know that it's very hard to travel 20 hours and then after 3 days you have to compete on the best level to win a spot for the Euros. It's not easy. It's impossible. Well, it's something that I'm thinking many things. I'm having some thoughts, and we'll see. We'll see in the future. We'll see what's going to happen.
I mean, the only other, that comes to my mind would be leaving MLS and going to play for a team in Europe where the travel isn't as bad.
No,
That's what I was trying to figure out.
I don't think this is my home, and I feel happy as long as the team respects me and make me feel important. This is my home, so we'll see. We'll see what will happen. I don't think about any other club. Yeah, but this travel is a problem for me. It's painful. We'll see.
Okay.
Giorgos, the spirit looks high here. You know, we watch the players. It looks like you guys are very close and all that. But after that loss to Cincinnati, did the tone change from the coaching staff, from Gonzalo, about what you mentioned about being sharper and having that mentality of a champion? Has the message changed from Gonzalo at all?
It has to change, and it changed. And sometimes, it's good to trust your players. It's good because you trust us. But once you see that they don't perform the way they should, or they don't manage the game the way they should, or they don't have the right mentality in the game, you have to break some eggs. And he did that. He was really intense, and I'm happy for that, because sometimes it's bad to be too sensitive. Football is not sensitivity. Football is tough, and mentally you have to be strong.
It was needed, you feel like?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. And hopefully we're gonna react this game, and I'm really positive. I think we already individually looked that we are a bit worried, and we reflected on ourselves because we talked a lot and we shared our thoughts. I think we're gonna react on weekend.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Giorgos.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.